Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Let us talk about something we've all done, pulling an all-nighter or just habitually going to bed way too late. You might think, it's just one night, or I'll catch up on the weekend. But what if I told you that every single time you push your bedtime back, your hormones are thrown into a state of absolute chaos? It's like a silent, internal panic attack. And tonight, we're going to expose exactly what's happening inside your body. Think of your body as a finely tuned orchestra. Each hormone is an instrument, and they're all supposed to play in harmony, conducted by your internal body clock or circadian rhythm. But when you sleep late, it's like the conductor suddenly vanished. The entire symphony falls apart. The first and most famous casualty is melatonin, our sleep hormone. Normally, as darkness falls, your brain's pineal gland starts releasing melatonin, making you feel sleepy and preparing your body for rest and repair. But when you stare at bright screens late into the night, your phone, your laptop, your TV, your brain gets confused. It thinks it's still daytime. This artificial light exposure significantly delays the release of melatonin. So, instead of getting that gentle, natural nudge toward sleep around 9 or 10 p.m., your body is still wide awake, and the whole sleep process gets pushed back by hours. You're essentially telling your body, hold on, it's not nighttime yet, even when it desperately needs to shut down. Now, here's where the domino effect really kicks in. While melatonin is suppressed, another hormone is waiting in the wings. And it's not a friendly one when it shows up at the wrong time. I'm talking about cortisol, the stress hormone. Normally, cortisol levels are lowest at night, allowing your body to relax and regenerate. They then naturally rise in the morning to wake you up and give you energy for the day. But when you stay up late, your body perceives this as a stressful situation. It's a state of prolonged wakefulness that it isn't designed for. As a result, your cortisol levels start to rise prematurely during the night. So, instead of being in a state of rest and repair, your body is in a state of high alert, fight-or-flight mode. This elevated nighttime cortisol is a disaster for your sleep quality. It makes it harder to fall asleep, and even when you do, the sleep is often lighter and more fragmented. You might wake up multiple times throughout the night without even realizing it. You're essentially stressed out while you're supposed to be sleeping. This chronic elevation of cortisol doesn't just ruin your night, it has long-term consequences, contributing to anxiety, a weakened immune system, and yes, that stubborn belly fat. So we have delayed melatonin and elevated cortisol. But the hormonal chaos doesn't stop there. The next victim is insulin, the hormone that regulates your blood sugar. Proper sleep is crucial for maintaining insulin sensitivity, which means your cells respond effectively to insulin and use glucose from your blood for energy. But sleep deprivation, even just from one late night, messes this up. Your body becomes more insulin resistant. This means your pancreas has to work overtime, pumping out more and more insulin to try and get the job done. This isn't just a temporary issue. When this happens night after night, you're on a fast track to unstable blood sugar levels. You'll experience more intense sugar cravings, especially for high-carb, sugary foods the next day, as your body desperately seeks a quick energy fix. This creates a vicious cycle. You eat poorly because you're tired, and the poor food choices further disrupt your sleep and hormones. Over time, this chronic insulin resistance is a major risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes. So that late-night pizza or bag of chips isn't just about the calories. It's about the hormonal storm you're creating. And for the guys watching, this next one is particularly important. Let's talk about testosterone. Testosterone is a key hormone not just for men, but for women too, affecting muscle mass, bone density, energy levels, and mood. The majority of your daily testosterone production happens during deep sleep. So, if you're recutting your sleep short or the quality of your sleep is poor because you went to bed late, you are directly sabotaging your testosterone production. Think about it. You're robbing the factory of its most productive hours. And the science backs this up with some pretty stark numbers. A study published in the Sleep Medicine Journal in 2021 found that individuals who consistently slept late had on average 25% lower testosterone levels than their early to-bed counterparts. That is a massive difference. This study also linked late sleeping patterns directly to a higher percentage of body fat, particularly around the midsection. Low testosterone can lead to a whole host of problems: fatigue, low motivation, difficulty building muscle, and a decreased libido. So, if you're hitting the gym hard but not seeing the results you want, your sleep schedule might be the real culprit. You're effectively trying to build a house without laying the foundation first. The cascading failure of these hormones, melatonin, cortisol, insulin, and testosterone, isn't just a series of isolated problems. It creates a system-wide breakdown that accelerates the aging process. This isn't just about getting a few more wrinkles. I'm talking about aging at a cellular level. The Endocrine Society has published research showing that disrupting your circadian rhythm, which is exactly what you do when you sleep late, speeds up the biological aging process. Your cells' ability to repair themselves, which primarily happens during sleep, is compromised. This leads to increased oxidative stress and inflammation throughout your body, which are the cornerstones of nearly every chronic disease and age-related decline. So, that habit of staying up to watch just one more episode is literally costing you your youthfulness and vitality. You're trading precious hours of cellular repair for a few hours of entertainment, and that's a terrible trade in the long run. Okay, I know this all sounds pretty grim, but here's the good news. You have complete control over this. You can reverse the damage and get your hormonal orchestra playing in perfect harmony again. It's not about some expensive supplement or complicated biohack. It's about getting back to basics and respecting your body's natural rhythm. The solution is simple, though not always easy. Prioritize your sleep. The ideal window for most people is to be asleep between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. This aligns perfectly with our natural circadian rhythm, allowing for optimal melatonin release and the deep, restorative sleep your body needs for hormonal production and cellular repair. It might be a tough adjustment at first, especially if you're a lifelong night owl, but start by shifting your bedtime earlier by just 15 minutes each night. Your body will adapt. To make this transition easier, there are a few powerful habits you can build. First, cut out all caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a long half-life, meaning it can stay in your system for hours, disrupting your ability to fall asleep even if you don't feel wired. Switch to herbal tea or water in the afternoon. Second, create a wind-down routine. An hour before your target bedtime, turn off all the bright screens. Read a physical book, take a warm bath, listen to calming music, or do some light stretching. This signals to your brain that it's time to start producing melatonin. And third, and this might be the most powerful tip of all, get sunlight in your eyes as soon as you wake up. Go outside for 10 to 15 minutes in the morning without sunglasses. This direct sunlight exposure helps to anchor your circadian rhythm for the day, essentially setting your internal clock and making it much easier to feel sleepy at the appropriate time that evening. It's nature's reset button. So, the choice is yours. You can continue to let late nights wreak havoc on your hormones, leading to fatigue, weight gain, and accelerated aging. Or, you can take control, prioritize your sleep, and unlock a new level of energy, health, and vitality. It's one of the most powerful things you can do for your long-term well-being. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this gives you the motivation to protect your sleep. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos on how to optimize your health. Sweet dreams, and see you in the next one.